Imagine this. You're foam rolling on the gym floor, headphones in, deep in your zone. Your muscles ache in that good way, the kind that tells you you've pushed yourself, that you showed up for your body today. You're calm, focused. This is your sanctuary. And then you feel a presence. A man squats down beside you. Not a trainer, not a staff member, just some guy. He leans in, hand extended for a fist bump, as if you're old friends. You glance up, give him the barest acknowledgement. You don't meet his eyes. You don't return the gesture. And then you look away. Because you've made it clear, you're not here to talk. But he's not done. This is not the first time this man has tried to insert himself into your space. Not the second. And as he stands there, waiting for some spark of friendliness that you didn't invite, you realize you're at a crossroads. Do you pretend again? Or do you tell the truth? Firmly, clearly, maybe even a little bit sharply. So, I took out my headphone and said, "Look, man, I don't want to do this. I'm here to work out. I'm not here to make friends. I don't want to talk to you, okay?" He blinks, startled. "I was just saying hi," he mutters. And I say, "Yeah, I get it. Please don't." Then I put my headphone back in, and I kept working out. Was I the asshole? Let me take you back a bit. I'm 32, a woman. I don't go to the gym to socialize. I say hi and bye to the front desk staff, and when necessary, I'll politely ask if someone's using equipment, or thank them if they finish and let me work in. But that's it. It's not about being rude. It's about survival. Because when I go to the gym, I'm stoned out of my mind. Yeah, I work out stoned. Some people think that's crazy, but for me, it works. I'm relaxed. I'm tuned into my body. I get in the zone, and I stay there. It's almost meditative, and in that zone, I don't have the capacity for small talk, flirtation, or casual conversation with strangers, especially not men I don't know. But that doesn't stop them from trying. A week before the fist bump incident, I was picking up tacos from the food carts near my gym after a workout. Headphones out, just waiting for my food, and some guy, mid-40s maybe, stops me. He says we go to the same gym. I hadn't noticed him before. He insists on walking with me, starts talking, asking things, smiling. I'm annoyed, because just because I'm not actively exercising doesn't mean I'm open for interaction. My headphones were out. Yes, but that's not a signal. That's just logistics. Still, I make small talk. I'm polite. I get out of the conversation as quickly as I can. I don't want to be mean. I just want to go home and eat my tacos. I figure that's it. But it wasn't. A few days later, I'm at the gym again. Foam rolling. Headphones in. Eyes averted. Trying to finish my cool down. And here he comes. Beeline straight toward me. Squats down beside me. Like we're close. Like this is a ritual. He smiles. Says hi. Fist bump ready. I look up. Give him a nod. No eye contact. No return gesture. Just back to business. I hoped that would be enough. It wasn't. Today was the third time. I saw him enter the gym, and I immediately shifted my body away, focused even harder on my workout, avoided eye contact like my life depended on it. He didn't come up to me right away, which gave me hope. Maybe he'd gotten the message. But no, I was in the middle of leg lifts, breathing, lifting, focused, when I saw him walking over. Fist bump again. And that's when I said what I said. Blunt, direct, unapologetic. Not because I'm cruel, but because apparently subtlety doesn't work. And you know what's wild? After I shut him down, I looked around. No one said anything, but I could feel it. that subtle shift in energy, that silent judgment. Because to everyone else, it probably looked like I was a jerk. Just a cold woman being unnecessarily harsh to a guy who was just being friendly. But here's what they didn't see. They didn't see the first time when he approached me outside the gym and didn't respect my desire to leave the conversation. They didn't see the second time when I gave him every body language cue to leave me alone, and he still squatted beside me like we were buddies. They didn't see the headphones I never take off unless I absolutely have to. They didn't see the years of conditioning that taught me to smile and be polite, even when I'm deeply uncomfortable. But let me tell you about the moment that changed everything for me. A few months ago, at the same gym, I was doing isolated bicep curls, eyes closed, slowing the movement, set to failure, completely in the zone. And when I opened my eyes, a stranger's face was 3 inches from mine. I was startled, dropped the weights, pulled out my headphone, confused. He said nothing helpful, just grabbed my arms and pushed them back onto the machine. "One more," he said. I ripped my arms away and snapped, "Who the hell do you think you are?" He mumbled something about admiring my work, then claimed he wanted to use the machine. "You can use it when I'm not in the middle of a set," I told him. He rolled his eyes and walked off. I was shaking. As I sat there, trying to recenter myself, another man walked over. He waved. I hesitated, took out my headphone again. "You really shouldn't have to put up with that," he said. And then he walked away. He meant well. I appreciated the sentiment, but I kept wondering, why did he say that to me instead of to him? Why is it easier to comfort the woman who was harassed than to confront the man who did it? Why do so many men feel more comfortable whispering support after the fact than standing up in the moment? I'm not saying every man needs to throw punches or be a hero. I'm saying, why do we always get the sympathy, but never the backup? That's the world we live in, where being a woman in public means knowing your body isn't always yours, where politeness becomes a liability, where your autonomy is constantly negotiated by strangers, by social pressure, by the fear of being rude. And let me be very clear, the guy from the food cart, he wasn't baseball cap guy. He didn't touch me. He didn't invade my personal space in a physical way. But he did push past every social cue I gave, and that matters. He hasn't approached me since I told him to stop. We've shared space at the gym again, and he's kept his distance. That's all I ever wanted. Boundaries. I don't think he's a monster. I don't want revenge. I just want peace. And for those wondering if I'd have reacted differently if he were more attractive, let me answer that honestly. No, this isn't about who you are. It's about who I am. When I'm at the gym, I'm not available. I'm not receptive. I'm not open. I'm not hard to get. I'm not looking to be approached. I'm just focused, zoned in, doing my thing. And if that makes me cold, so be it. If that makes me rude, fine. But here's the truth. The real truth. The one I wish more people understood. We are not public property. We don't owe you a smile. We don't owe you our time. We don't owe you an interaction, no matter how friendly you think you're being. So, am I the asshole for setting a boundary? For saying no clearly when subtlety didn't work? For choosing peace over politeness? For protecting my energy in a space I pay to be in? You tell me. Sin mes mais. There's a moment in every woman's life when silence becomes a burden. When the cost of being nice outweighs the risk of being rude. And what we saw in this story wasn't just a gym interaction. It was a quiet revolution. One woman choosing herself over social expectations, choosing clarity over confusion, choosing to speak when so many are taught to shrink. But there's another lesson here too. To the men listening, sometimes just saying hi feels harmless to you. But to someone else, it might be the 10th unwanted interaction that week, maybe even the 100th. It's not about you being a bad person. It's about listening, reading the room, respecting the silence. And to the women, may we all have the courage to say, please don't, when please leave me alone gets ignored. May we all hold on to the power of the word no, even when it makes people uncomfortable. So now, I ask you, have you ever felt like you had to choose between politeness and self-preservation? Have you ever watched someone get pushed past their boundaries and said nothing? Next time, maybe say something. Even if it's just, hey man, let her be. This has been AITA Stories. If this moved you, leave a comment and tell us, was she the asshole? Or just the only person brave enough to say what needed to be said?